Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guide 365. In today's video, I will be going over the new 4K Ultra HD announcements and pre-orders for September 13th, 2024. Keep in mind release dates and technical specs are subject to change. If there are any changes or additional retailer exclusives, I will update them in a future video. Also, be sure to check out my previous 4K pre-order videos for titles you may be looking for and were not covered here. Direct Amazon links to the titles listed in this video when they are live can be found on the channel's community page. The box office phenomenon that is Borderlands is coming to 4K, and Lionsgate has announced an official release date of October 22nd. And just a reminder, it will be available as a standard slipcover, a non-exclusive steelbook, and a Walmart exclusive steelbook. All three of these are currently up for pre-order. Paramount announced this week an official release date as well as cover art for the upcoming 4K of White Christmas. This will support HDR and Dolby Vision for the grading. Pre-orders are now live at your various online retailers. Also coming on November 5th, a 4K edition of the film You Gotta Believe will be available. We don't have the official cover art, but I believe that will be revealed shortly. And as I talked about in last week's video, we now have the official details for the Zaz collection coming to 4K. First off, the release date will be November 19th, and the three movies included will be The Naked Gun, Top Secret, and Airplane. The Naked Gun was released previously as an individual, but now is part of this collection. We also have a release date change for the upcoming Warner Brothers November 5th titles now moved to November 19th. That includes The Terminator, North by Northwest, and Blazing Saddles. And as a reminder, they will be available as both slipcovers and steelbooks, and you can check out last week's video for that artwork and information. An interesting announcement from Sony this past week, as on November 19th, the Frank Capra collection will be available. Now, this is going to be a 20-film collection. 9 of the movies included here will be in 4K. The remaining will be Blu-ray only. The 9 4K movies included will be Submarine, The Younger Generation, Dirigible, Platinum Blonde, It Happened One Night, Mr. Deeds Goes to Town, Lost Horizon, You Can't Take It With You, and finally, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Now, it should be noted that both It Happened One Night and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington were released previously as part of their respective Columbia Classics collections, but only Mr. Smith Goes to Washington is getting an upgrade here as it will now have Dolby Vision. So if you're a Frank Capra fan, you're really going to be eating good in November, and pre-orders are not yet live as of this recording, but I expect that to change in the next week or so, and I will of course post that on the channel's community page. We have some additional Kino Lorber release dates for the month of November in this week's video, including for the 19th, The Hunted, starring Tommy Lee Jones and Benicio del Toro. Over on the 26th, the film Bug is coming to 4K from Kino, as well as Below. Kino will also be releasing M. Night Shyamalan's 4K edition of The Visit, and that is also expected November 26th. We don't have official cover art yet for any of these that I just talked about, but I expect that to change in a future video. And this is a puzzling addition to the 4K format, as on November 26th, is it Zizix or Zizix Road, will be coming to 4K. We don't have official tech specs yet, but I expect at the very least HDR to be supported, but you actually really never know with these, and pre-orders will be going live shortly. There will also be an imminent 4K release from Kino of the film Orca. Don't have a release date, but I would not be surprised if it hit before the end of the year. Steven Spielberg is reportedly working on a restoration or remastering of the Sugarland Express. I've been seeing some November release dates for this one, but I don't have anything confirmed. I will update that information as it becomes available. A 4K edition of Werner Herzog's film Aguirre, The Wrath of God is reportedly in the works, sometime I suspect before the end of 2025. It's time for this week's international announcements and pre-orders, and as a reminder, most 4K discs are region-free. A couple of Zavvi exclusives have been announced for the week of October 14th, including a 4K of World War Z, and The Ring is another Zavvi exclusive, also scheduled for the same day. Both of these are currently up for pre-order at Zavvi.com. We have official artwork for the upcoming 4K release of The Third Man in the United Kingdom, and the date for that also will be November 4th. Over in Germany on November 29th, that is when they will be getting the 4K of Horizon and American Saga Chapter 1. It should have the same tech specs as a release here in the States. Germany will be getting a Steelbook edition of the upcoming 4K of Twisters, and that will also be releasing November 29th. Coming to the UK from 88 Films, Dragon Fist will be arriving on 4K, and the scheduled release date is December 16th. A new collector's edition of Black Phone is scheduled to arrive in the UK. We don't have an official release date, but I suspect either before the end of 2024 or early 2025. And lastly this week, Umbrella Entertainment over in Australia is reportedly going to be releasing a 4K edition of the film Hardware. We don't have a release date for this one, but I will update that information as it becomes available. So those are this week's 4K Ultra HD announcements and pre-orders for the week of September 13th, 2024. Not a whole lot in this week's video, kind of light, but I expect to see Criterion's December announcements next week, and we may have a surprise or two also. We'll see what happens. But now I want to hear from you. What titles did I talk about in this week's video are you planning to pick up for yourself? And don't forget to use the Amazon affiliate link either on the channel's community page or in the comments section if you're interested in any of these titles. And finally, a special thank you to all my Patrons for your continued support. It is very much appreciated. If you would like to support me through Patreon, I will leave a link in the description of this video. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.